What's going on, guys? This is Matthew here with Steven, and we're here for the Casual Smarks podcast, live reaction of the 3/14/2016 Raw. And I don't know, man. How are you feeling about last night's Raw?
Uneventful.
Uneventful? See, I don't know. I think it was mediocre. I don't think
WrestleMania Raw.
I don't think it was great. I don't think it was bad. It kept me entertained, but I mean, nothing of real importance happened on the show. So, I mean, let's just head into it. First match, we started off with a tag team title match between the New Day and the League of Nations. And first things first, we actually started off Raw with a wrestling match.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been thinking about that. I was like, when is the last time they've started off with a match? It's always a 30-minute authority promo.
I have no idea. I have to look that up. But I mean, it was great. It was cool to start off Raw with a match, a pretty good match at that. First, before the match, you had the New Day cut a promo in the ring. It was typically New Day stuff, typical New Day stuff. They were plugging their bootios, which, by the way, you can't get anywhere on YouTube or on WWEshop.com. They have empty boxes, but you can't actually get the bootios cereal.
Yeah,
all I know is I want to eat some booty.
The bootios are supposed to make sure you ain't booty, but so they're basically telling you to eat the shirt.
Pretty much. No, but anyways, so what surprised me about this match before we get into the actual match itself was Xavier Woods was wrestling in this match, not Kofi Kingston. Now, remember on Saturday, it looked like Kofi Kingston got hurt. They might have botched the finish of their Fastlane match against the League of Nations. So part of me going into this match, by the way, seeing the competitors, seeing that Xavier was in the match, and the fact that they were having this match on Raw, and past history shows us whenever they have a title match on Raw, usually the titles switch hands. I swear to God, I thought Xavier was going to eat the pin. I thought the League of Nations were going over.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really pay attention since the League of Nations. I could give two craps about them, but Del Rio does his little.
Well, anyways, yeah, he's terrible.
And he does. He's still.
Are they the League of Nations or are they the lads? It's my question.
League of Lads, mate.
They're the lads.
I don't know. They're the Nations.
League of whatever.
Something to bring up from this match. Remember Alberto did the finisher that we thought should have been his finisher off the middle rope.
Yeah, you mean like before the match was over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before the match was over, he who was it? Biggie was hanging off the middle rope, and he did the knees into the chest, which made more sense. Also, I'll get into it after the match, but he did it again, and it made sense. But basically,
he did the top rope after the match.
He did do the top. Yeah, he did do the top rope.
Biggie held the shirt. He held him up, which made sense.
That's what I was saying, but I didn't want to talk about that yet because we haven't gotten to the end of the match. So basically, the New Day used shenanigans to win. And I at first I was thinking to myself, wow, New Day, are they faces? Are they heels? Like, what's going on? But I'm like, I get it. They can be tweeners, I mean, fuck, Austin was a tweener. The Rock was a tweener. And I'm not putting them in the same. Eddie Guerrero, yeah. I'm not putting them in the same stratosphere, obviously. That's a huge stretch. But, I mean, I think they can make the tweener gimmick work. Because, I mean, if they go full-fledged babyface, it doesn't really make sense with their happy-go-lucky. I don't know. It just doesn't. It wouldn't be New Day if it was full-fledged babyface. So I was okay with them kind of, using shenanigans to win. Now, post-match, we get this super just beat down, this demolishing of the New Day at the hands of the League of Nations, which was okay, except it dragged on way too long.
Oh my gosh! The whole time I was like, "Can this stop?" Like,
yeah, I mean, don't get
please, jeez.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They needed to do that, but I mean, it went a good 2 to 3 minutes too long.
Why couldn't they all just hit their finishers in the next segment? Like, what was the stalling for? Like,
I have no idea. But yeah, no, I mean, it looks like we're gonna get this at WrestleMania. I mean, what are your thoughts on a New Day League of Nations WrestleMania feud? Are you excited to see this match?
No.
No? Oh, really? Why not?
Much as I don't want to see. The Dudley's match is probably going to be the pre-show match, but I don't want to see the League of Nations versus the New Day. For one, we saw it tonight. We've seen him face both things. I don't know if they're gonna do like a 4-on-3, whatever. I don't know.
Hey, can I be honest with you real quick? Just kind of a sidetracking. This is
It's not
same
exciting.
same subject, but did you notice who took the pin in this match?
No.
Guess who got pinned by Xavier Woods?
Alberto.
Oh no. I don't even think Alberto was in the match, was he?
Oh yeah, Sheamus got pinned.
It wasn't Sheamus.
Oh
Sheamus
yeah,
was in
the other dude, Rusev.
It was Rusev. So we go from this time last year, people were talking about, oh my God, this Rusev guy, he's going against John Cena at WrestleMania. Dude, he could pose a viable threat to Brock Lesnar, to getting pinned by Xavier Woods on a sorry about that, that's our dog. But to getting pinned by Xavier Woods on Roxy. Shh. To getting pinned by Xavier Woods on a normal edition of Raw. Crazy. I mean, how the great have fallen, man. Also, Big E hit a really nice splash during this match, which I thought was pretty cool. But moving on, we actually moved from one good segment to another great segment. We have Dean Ambrose and Paul Heyman. It looks like you disagree with me.
No.
You disagree.
I've heard this Heyman stuff every time.
You're very pessimistic.
Let Brock say something. I know he doesn't have to say anything, but it's just the same Heyman promo.
Here's my question. When's the last time we had that Heyman promo?
The last time he was out there.
Yeah, which was how long ago?
A couple weeks ago.
It was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And not only that, what I liked about Heyman's promo, and he always cuts a great promo. What I liked about the promo was he put over Ambrose pretty well. He said that Ambrose was the only man crazy enough to face Brock Lesnar in a street fight. Just going off of, by the way, what a crazy momentum Ambrose has going out of Roadblock, going out of the last couple weeks. Now, don't get me wrong, they could totally ruin it if he loses to Lesnar at WrestleMania and they just have him, lay down and get creamed. But I mean, right now Ambrose is looking hot, almost at the detriment of Roman Reigns. It's kind of weird. They had Roman off a couple weeks, and in the meantime, Ambrose got super, super popular. He caught on fire. Your mic's off.
Yeah, Ambrose is getting cheered way more than Reigns. Plus, question. I mean, I was thinking Lesnar was going to go over in this match at Mania, but I'm not too sure anymore.
No, I honestly think. Well, actually, you know what? We'll get into it later when we get to the Foley Ambrose segment. But I mean, I honestly do think that. I mean, since it is a street fight, you have wiggle room for Ambrose to win and Lesnar to still look strong.
But come on, a big, huge Lesnar with weapons. That's like,
yeah, exactly. You never that baseball bat with the barbed wire, right? I mean, you never know. But we'll get into that in a little bit. I have a question. How do you feel? Because obviously Heyman cut his promo. He kind of put over Ambrose. Ambrose shot back. Was pretty much calling out Brock Lesnar to fight him. Heyman's like, hey, you know what? We'll fight at WrestleMania. Heyman goes backstage. Brock goes down the stage to confront Ambrose, and Ambrose pulls out a crowbar and kind of keeps Brock at bay. Brock kind of, thinks about it. He's like, it's not worth it. And then segment's over. But how do you feel about how this is another kind of like a tweener way that they booked Ambrose here. Not your typical cookie cutter baby face, and same thing with Reigns later in the show with that, you know what I mean? Like all the baby faces in this show got kind of booked with a little bit of an edge, almost Attitude Era-esque. Now, not nearly as good, but like they were booked with an edge. It wasn't like, hey, say your prayers and eat your vitamins. It was, hey, I'm ready to fight and kick your ass. Moving forward, we have Sin Cara versus Ryback, and a pretty much filler match. Sin Cara had new ring gear.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it too. No, honestly, dude, to me, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it made him look like a masked metrosexual Roman Reigns. Like it was weird. The black vest really looked Roman Reigns-esque, and he has the tattoos and everything. Like I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe it's foreshadowing an impending heel turn for Sin Cara because he's wearing black, and obviously they were talking about breaking up the Lucha Dragons. So I mean, I could be it. I don't know, but So basically, you have a kind of a filler match. Ryback goes over Sin Cara, then he cuts a promo. Why are they giving Ryback a live mic? What has he done to prove?
I hate this gimmick. I hate it.
What has he done to prove that his promos are terrible? Not only are his promos terrible, he was talking. Remember, best line of this promo: "Size matters." Size matters.
You want to know what I don't want to see at WrestleMania?
What?
Ryback versus Kalisto.
I think it's gonna be pre-show. I think the pre-show is gonna be an hour long.
No, the pre-show is gonna be the Dudleys versus freaking.
They usually have 2 matches in the WrestleMania pre-show, and they might have 3 this year.
I was thinking they're gonna have the 3 on,
especially because they're also
match with the Divas and that.
Could be, yeah, I know. It could be 4-on-4 tag match too. Plus, they have the Andre the Giant battle royal, but it is a 4-hour show. So maybe last year they had a few promos, like they had the long ass Rock Ronda Rousey promo. I mean, they might not have as many promos this year. You know, never know. But you can't be eating on stream, man. What are you eating? You can't be eating, dude.
I've been eating this whole entire time. You just noticed?
And you can't be eating. You can't be pressing that mute button, bro.
Frozen pieces. Every podcast presses the mute button, bro.
Okay, but I can hear it every time you press the button.
Well, guess what? Do you want me to breathe? I mean, come on, bro.
Whatever, man. You're cool. So I think we can both agree that no one wants to see the Ryback Sin Cara match. The match actually might be good, but no one cares about the feud. I'm not buying into the feud. So, I mean, whatever. Moving forward again, we're going to go to, I think this was at the top of the second hour. We had Stephanie and Triple H come out, and Triple H cut this huge promo, which they've both kind of cut it before, and Triple H cut a very similar, or not Triple H, Chris Jericho cut a very similar promo later in the show, basically just like, hey, you guys are losers, and you go home to your wife who thinks you're a loser, and then she's going to leave you, and I'm rich, and you're poor. It was a very, it was
We've
good.
heard this so much.
We have. I mean, it's a very common heel promo, but I mean, it was effective, and I bought into it. What I did not expect it. Oh wait, one more thing. Why are they trying to push forward this idea that we can relate to Roman Reigns? Triple H was totally trying to push the idea that Roman Reigns, the 6'3" Samoan badass, was an underdog. And that's why you guys get behind the guys like Roman Reigns, because the deck is stacked against. What deck is stacked against Roman Reigns? He has every fucking possible advantage that a person can have. Like, I didn't get that at all. I mean, and then they were saying, oh, you guys look the guys like Roman Reigns because they bring you hope. Roman Reigns doesn't bring me hope.
No one cares. They boo him.
Oh yeah, of course. Dude, all I gotta say is that this feud so far, after we go over Raw, I have somewhat of a theory of where they can go with this, but at least the way they've been building up this feud, it has been completely predictable, and the fact that they're still pushing this idea that Roman is an underdog just leads me to believe that we're not going to get a swerve at Mania, and leads me to believe that Roman's just going to go over to 100,000 people booing him out of the building.
No, it's either that or Ambrose is turning heel in the main event.
Huh? Oh, I definitely don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, that's why this whole thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I think a double turn's more likely than that, especially with the backing that Ambrose has been getting, plus the way that Triple H made Ambrose look strong in his Roadblock match. I think that Ambrose, they're going to stick with him being a babyface, and he works as a baby. He's their top babyface right now. Who's more over than him? Who gets a better reaction than Ambrose?
Sasha Banks on.
No, exactly. So there's no way. It's too risky to turn Ambrose heel. Now, if they turn Roman heel, who cares? Because Roman already is getting that negative reaction. And I'm assuming after WrestleMania, Cena will be back within a month or two. I mean, they have like other stars like Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles, which, okay, I guess that's me being a little bit optimistic that they're going to book them well, because I mean, I'm sure Vince thinks of them as vanilla midgets, but I don't know. I mean, you can turn Roman Reigns heel and it won't ruin everything. But anyway,
it'll help so much.
It would help so much.
I bet he would get
God, a post WrestleMania Ambrose Reigns feud with Ambrose playing the tweener babyface and Roman Reigns playing just a pissed off at the entire fan base and the audience for booing him out of the building, that type of like, hey, you guys rejected me, I did everything right, like that Roman Reigns I can buy into. So I hopefully that's the direction they're headed.
That's kind of like what Jericho's been saying, though.
Yeah, but so by the way, when Triple H said Roman would fail in this segment, huge applause, and then we get a surprise. Ziggler to me looked like a star in this segment. It just showed to me like if a couple years ago when he was getting hot, if they had the right backing to him, if they booked him the right way, he could have been a star. He could have been, okay, I don't want to go as far to say he could have been this generation's Shawn Michaels, but I mean, he has the music. He almost is like a parody of Shawn Michaels now, but I mean, he has the charisma, he has the mic skills, he's definitely good at selling, he's a great worker. I mean, he has all the tools. I think for him, it was first and foremost injuries, and then two, Vince likes his guys big and strong.
He needs a bleach blonde hair. So what I was going to say was, the first podcast I said I wanted Triple H versus, what's his face? Bray Wyatt. No, not Bray Wyatt. Dean Ambrose. And then I said I wanted, last podcast, Bray Wyatt versus Triple H. Or I think I reversed that order. And then now I want Triple H versus Dolph. So how about we just get a fatal 4-way?
I don't want Triple H versus Dolph.
Just kidding.
Not at Mania.
Hey man,
not a Mania.
I'm reading it right here. That's what you wrote. You wrote that on here.
Did I? Well, I wanted that during the show.
I mean, I don't want it, but
Yeah. I got that wish because they made it basically. Stephanie put Dolph Ziggler in a match against Triple H that took place later in the the show. But I have a question. I do have a question before we move on to the next segment, the Sami Zayn match. Do you think the ship has sailed on Dolph completely? Do you see him possibly?
I thought so, but if he keeps getting booked this way, then no.
Can I answer your question?
Sure.
Can I answer my question? Can I answer that question? It's sailed. He's done. It's over. This show to me. This showed me what he could have been. I think he's past that. And I mean, it was kind of a generic promo, but I liked it. The crowd got behind him more than they got behind Reigns. So, and they've been pushing Reigns to the moon. Ziggler's been getting buried for the last 2.5 years of his career. So that should show you something, Vince. That should show you that what you're doing with Reigns isn't working. Oh, sorry, I got a little bit angry there. Anyways, moving on to basically another filler match. That's actually the story of this Raw. A lot of filler. We have Sami Zayn versus The Miz. Couple notes from this match. KO on commentary is always great. This little feud thing he has going on with Michael Cole is awesome. Whenever Michael Cole starts to get momentum, Kevin Owens steps in and it's just like, hey, this is a Kevin Owens show. Shut up. This is me. And just him burying the commentary team is great. Sami Zayn has an anus on his trunks. So what do you think about that?
I'm the only person that doesn't think it looks like an anus.
It looks like
there's a curve and there's two different.
Bro, he has a butthole on his trunks.
No, he doesn't.
I know it's
something more than that.
No, I looked it up. It's the Montreal City logo, but it still looks like an anus, and it's right on his butthole. Well, like if it was on the side of his
not
pants,
on the butthole.
Why are we having a conversation about buttholes?
Because it's important.
No, it's true. If it wasn't on the butthole, it'd be fine. If it was on his knees or something, that's cool. If it's on his thigh, that's cool. But right where his butt is, I ain't feeling that, man. That's way too coincidental.
Yeah, get the Arabic on his back and then that sign in the front. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Do you remember the show Community? You remember watching the show Community? The Greensdale Community College logo was an anus. That's what it looked like.
It was. I don't even remember.
Anyways, so there was that. I believe, Sami Zayn ended up winning this match, right? That was the result. It was a very forgettable match.
Actually, wasn't bad.
But I mean, this pretty much what this proved to me is that the WrestleMania match is going to be the Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania will be a multi-man match. You're going to have The Miz, you're going to have Sami Zayn, you're going to have Kevin Owens. I would have thought Neville at one point, but it looks like he's out with a fractured ankle. So there's that.
You see the slow motion replay on that?
What on the? Oh, are you talking about
Neville?
the moonsault? Oh no, I didn't. Does it look bad?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a nice spot in this match that deserved a slow motion replay. Sami Zayn did a moonsault off the
every time he does that, dude, it is just so nice.
Off the barricade.
Such a
that
cool
was
move.
Awesome. He needs to do it more. Wait,
I was talking about the spot where he jumps over the top rope and does a front flip, but never mind.
No, I'm talking about the moonsault off the barricade outside the ring. He jumped on the barricade and flipped back.
Yeah,
that was cool. You don't see that often. But yeah, so transitioning there, we have a League of Nations backstage segment, basically just confirming what I thought at the beginning of the show. We're getting League of Nations versus New Day at WrestleMania.
I don't care about the League of Nations. I don't.
I mean, neither.
Anyone does.
Who cares? It is what it is. We're gonna get it. Hopefully, Enzo and Cass debut the night after WrestleMania, and then we get that feud. But then again, they just turned the New Day babyface. So what? Enzo and Cass are what? Are they gonna turn them back yet? No, I don't know. Maybe the Mechanics or the Revival gets called up. If American Alpha went, no. I don't know if they're gonna make it up. Well, I mean, who knows? They're good to get babyface teams over, because they themselves can never be anything more than a heel tag team. They don't have, their working style is very heel centric. But anyways, moving on, we have the best match of the night, in my opinion. We have Brie Bella in a tag match against Team Bad. Brie Bella and Alicia Fox. Apparently, Team Bella's back.
Alicia Fox's last name isn't Bella.
No. It's Alicia Bella. What are you talking about? She was born as
Here, 1 second. Let me.
It's the Bella triplets, and one of them's fraternal.
So I'm gonna play some death. Okay. Do you want to hear some death? This is what
Not
death
if it's
sounds
gonna
like.
get us flagged for copyright.
This is an ad. Dang it.
Anyways, while he's getting that loaded up, let's just hope that the Brie Lana match is on the pre-show, because if it is on the main card, why are you subjecting our listeners to that torture? That's like what they would play at Guantanamo Bay. Like, if you're trying to get information out of a terrorist, you just play that on high volume. That's worse than waterboarding. That is torture. But anyways, basically it was Brie, Alicia versus Team Bad. Obviously Brie and Alicia won. And after the match, Lana came in. Or actually, what was it? Lana attacked, was it Brie? And then Team Bad backed her up for some reason. I didn't really get that. It's so bad. Led to a backstage segment after commercial break with Paige, and it looks like she's going to get involved in this.
Yeah, Matt.
So
I'm giving Bad backing up Lana.
I don't know. I was going to ask that question as soon as I got done with what actually happened. Basically, Paige cut a promo. It was really cookie cutter. Lana came in and interrupted her. For some reason, Lana has beef with Paige now, and for some reason, Team Bad is Lana's thugs. I didn't get it. Yeah, why is Team Bad backing up Lana?
Absolutely no reason.
Talking with your mouth full, nice. But made no sense. But it looks like it's setting up a 6 to 8 diva tag team match, possibly with also Natalya and Summer Rae getting involved. If they involve Summer Rae in this match, I will be pissed off, because if Lana and Summer are on the same team,
I understand, because from a real life thing, these girls, work there and all, and they got to give them a WrestleMania just a match. I mean, they've been in the company for
I just like continuity, and I don't get why. Let's just say, because Lana's been kind of helping Summer out. Let's just say Lana gets added to this match. They have Natty on the other side because Natty needs to be on the card. I hope she's on the card. But if let's say it is Summer Rae that they add to the Team Bad on Lana's side, where is the continuity on that? I mean, they had a 5-month feud. Makes zero sense. But I mean, then again, I'm complaining about something that hasn't been announced yet. So we'll wait. We'll wait. And if it happens, I will have a nice 5-minute rant. But anyways, we're going to move forward again to the Charlotte promo, which it was cool. They had 2 Divas promos back to back. Charlotte basically talked about how, she's the best. And on Thursday SmackDown, she's going to unleash some information that isn't known about Sasha and Becky. Ric Flair. Oh, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, so for SmackDown, they advertised 2 things. Roman Reigns, question mark, and Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky in like a segment.
Yeah. Ric Flair
great.
said something about how Charlotte called him up when she first started out and said, there's 2 girls here that are going to be great, and I need to be better. And I thought that was pretty cool because Ric Flair not only kind of put over Sasha and Becky, but it also, made Charlotte into, hey, this is a legitimate, she's great. She's everything she's doing is, to be better than these 2 baby faces. And I think it worked for all 3. I think Ric Flair, I don't know if that was scripted, probably was. And if it was a very good line to add in there. I thought that was good. I mean, I'm excited for SmackDown. I mean, aren't you like not excited for SmackDown, but aren't you happy they're at least giving you a reason to tune in?
I mean, they gave us 2 reasons to tune in. So, I mean, the rest of the show's probably going to be...
That's what I mean. Aren't you happy they're giving us a reason at all? Because before 2015, before this year, I was going to say in 2015, SmackDown was just a complete garbage. Like, it was good for good wrestling matches, but it had there was no reason to watch. And now that
SmackDown is basically the show where they progress mid-card feuds. Yeah,
now that it's on USA, you have a reason to tune in. And like you said, it progresses a lot of mid-card feuds. Like the Y2J AJ segments on SmackDown are leagues better on SmackDown than they are on Raw.
They don't put them on Raw.
They don't. Well, I mean, we had
not like what they do on SmackDown.
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, exactly. That's what I said. League's better on SmackDown than on Raw because they did do something with Y2J on Raw. Y2J did cut a promo on tonight's Raw, which we're going to get to, and it was ass. At least compared to what he did on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's what he did at Roadblock.
Huh? Roadblocks was good too. For some reason, they don't want to.
Actually, no, it wasn't what he did at Roadblock, but yeah,
Roadblocks was great too.
Not bad.
You don't think you don't like his promo?
No, it was good. I was just saying he said the same thing with the whole chanting for AJ Styles.
Yeah, but he also we talked about this in the Roadblock podcast. By the way, if you want to check that out, you can go to the last video.
If you want to ask us some questions, leave them in at Casual Smarks Twitter.
At Casual Smarks, which is CAUSUAL. Oh wow! I just botched that, man. I just channeled my inner Sin Cara right there. Rey Mysterio. No, but
WrestleMania.
I won't botch it this time.
Kalisto. I just like.
I won't botch it this time. It is at CASUALSMARKS. So go ahead and drop us a follow. Eventually, I'm going to get like a sign back here. We'll have like a nice setup, but for now, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm cool with what they're doing with SmackDown. Then we have another filler match. This match, it should have been on Superstars.
Nothing to talk about with this match. It was a complete filler.
You want to hear my notes?
Yeah, I see them. It's more filler.
More filler, and Usos versus Dudleys at WrestleMania 32 announced by Scott Stanford on the pre-show. So basically, I guess this was to advance. Like it was because the Dudleys did they get involved in this or something like that? They were on commentary. I guess it was to put over that feud, but you could have done that on SmackDown. Honestly, it should have been on Superstars. I mean, there's no point to it. No one cares. No one cares.
Match was just whatever.
I mean, I'm glad all these people are going to all these guys are getting a payday. You know what I mean? That's a good thing.
Uso, oh yeah, Uso's won by a splash. That's it.
Woo! I love how they stole the Young Bucks super kick party gimmick. Just throwing out super kicks, super kick, super kick, super kick. But anyways, then we have the Ambrose Foley segment that I was referencing earlier. I loved it. I thought it was great. I think it's funny that Mick Foley was giving Ambrose advice, or he was trying to be the voice of reason to Ambrose after all the crazy stunts that Mick Foley pulled in his career. That was great. I mean, I get it, but yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see Mick Foley pass the torch over to Dean Ambrose on this one. He opened the present because he needed something more like a better weapon than a crowbar, and it ended up being a barbed wire bat, which I thought the crowbar looked more deadly than that.
Yeah, I know. I guess the bat with the barbed wire is just something that Mick Foley's known for.
Like the barbs just didn't look like barbs.
It is what it is. Yeah, I agree, though. Crowbar would probably hurt a hell of a lot more. Which, this whole entire segment, these two together are magic. And I don't know if the people listening to this follow wrestling as closely as I do, but I think it was 3 or 4 years ago when Dean Ambrose was in developmental, they started a program between him and Mick Foley. And Ambrose was the heel, Foley was the face, and they were actually going to have a match. Now, Foley had to retire because of medical reasons, and that match never happened. But seeing these two together, could you imagine the hardcore match they'd have? God, I'm telling you, probably better than.
He asked Ambrose, "Why are you going in this to be in this match?" He's like, "Why are you doing this?" He's like, "Why did you like?"
Exact. I mean, these two.
Why are we on the top of Hell in a Cell with the Undertaker?
It was just a really cool segment. These two have really good chemistry. And I mean, they are very similar but distinct characters. Mick Foley isn't Dean Ambrose and Dean Ambrose isn't Mick Foley, you know what I mean? But they are similar in the fact that they're both a little bit unhinged, a little bit crazy.
Tell me why Roman Reigns is more likable than Dean Ambrose.
Why?
Yeah.
There's no reason why. I guess if you were to take a traditional definition, it's because he looks like a superhero and he stands for everything that is right. You are a loser.
I'm repping the D. Bryan shirt. By the way, D. Bryan was in Pittsburgh 2 nights, and yet they had a Usos match versus the Social Outcasts, which we just talked about. But Daniel Bryan was there.
Yeah, they should be pulling out all the stops leading into WrestleMania. And if they have, people there like Daniel Bryan, Mick Foley should have been out in front of a live crowd, to be honest with you. Seriously, it's kind of lame that they don't use their top talent. They just have their top talent come out for one match and then leave. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. I don't get why they're doing that. But anyways, we're going to move forward to my favorite part of the night. My legit. The Team Bad Brie Bella was obviously a joke. This was great. We have a match between Dolph Ziggler and Triple H. And I'm just going to state, because this is my opinion. When Triple H makes his entrance, when he wrestles, there's just a different aura surrounding the match.
His matches are just good.
No, it's just Triple H is a star. Okay, and you know what? You can love him, you can hate him. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy and what he's done, to talent in the first place, just past experience. You look at guys like Ziggler. I'm gonna put some of the blame on Triple H for making guys like Ziggler, not live up to their full potential. However, when he's in the ring, it is important. It is damn important, and I felt that during this match. Also, when was the last time we had the WWE champion wrestle on Raw? When Roman Reigns wrestled on Raw before?
Yeah, this is his first match on Raw. Even before he was champion. When was the last time he wrestled? Also,
well, last time he wrestled was on Roadblock, but
I'm saying on a Raw.
He never did. This is his first match on Raw in over 3 years. And
it's just he took a couple bumps that looked, showed his age. It's just little sloppy. He's still good though.
Well, I feel like this match, the point of this match or these matches, like the one on Saturday and the one today, are kind of so he can get his ring legs back under him again. So yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to see a few mistakes, but I mean, even regardless, I mean, yes, and I even had that written down. He's showing his age, but I kind of even liked the slower pace, because we're used to seeing train wreck matches now in the WWE. We're used to seeing people just kind of, go in there, high spot, high spot, high spot, lots of action, which is fun and fine, but it doesn't seem as special. You know what I mean? When you see it all the time. But I liked it because it was a slower paced match, and basically, it built to a good ending, like a really fast paced ending. And I mean, Triple H is looking good. He's in great shape. There's a beautiful drop kick by Ziggler in the match, and there was a couple times in this match where I honestly thought Ziggler was going to win, like 2.9 counts. Triple H is
Triple
a
H is a
master at that.
master.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, Ziggler got a surprising amount of offense in this match, and I mean, at the end, I mean, even though he lost, I think he looked stronger. He came out of this match stronger than he was before.
Basically, didn't the Dean Ambrose thing happen here? It was a 9 count. He got in the ring, got pedigreed.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Which is cool. I don't mind.
it's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, kind of. I mean, the fact that he made it in for the 9 count, then got pedigreed, actually is pretty nice. Like I mean, it makes him look better than normal.
Ziggler is really over in this segment.
So tell me what happens next.
Well, Samoan John Cena returned. The crowd was either zero reaction or just all boos, and it was like a mix of boos and little girl screams. So it's kind of like Cena falling outside of the ring and all of this, which led to going backstage. Roman Reigns was like needed to be stopped. The Usos came out, or not come out. They were backstage, and then all these Mark Henry was there trying to stop Reigns, and all the refs were trying to stop him. It's just beating up Triple H. You get the TV, hits it over him. Crowd's booing the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Roman came out, got tremendous heat, and they should have done this 3 months ago or a couple months ago after what was it, TLC?
I bet he would have got like cheered if this was like a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever.
Problem is, we just had 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks on Raw without Roman Reigns, and in the meantime, we've been booking Ambrose pretty much the way they should have been booking Reigns. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, I think it's too little, too late for this guy. Too little, too late for Roman Reigns. I think you might as well turn him heel now.
Vince won't do that, and if he does, I'll be freaking surprised.
Yep.
Another thing to mention, do you think he used the blood capsule when like they cut and then backstage he started like showing the blood because he was bleeding from the side of his head?
I think they I think they did, because I think if they used the blood capsule in the original segment,
and
if they used it in the original segment, like with Roman, and Roman was getting his comeuppance, like I said earlier, basically you have to have Triple H bleed because Triple H made Roman bleed, and Roman's the face, so you have to kind of have him get that back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
But no, but the only reason I really am intrigued in this match is because I want to see how the WWE is going to dig themselves out of this hole, because right now it is not working, and they are in such a huge hole, so much effort into pushing this guy, and it hasn't worked. So, I mean, the match itself, like on paper, I'm not excited for, but I am excited to see if they do something, if they do pull a swerve, if they do a double turn. And just to segue off just for like maybe 2 minutes about this, it's kind of weird how Triple H, I mean, I'm going to ask what you think. So at the Royal Rumble, Triple H came out, got a huge pop, and it was Triple H versus Ambrose at the end. Triple H eliminated Reigns. Okay. Then, the last couple of weeks, Ambrose and Triple H have been having really good feud. Triple H makes Ambrose look amazing at Roadblock. Oh, wait. Let me backtrack. When Triple H beat the living crap out of Reigns on Raw before Roadblock, he did the crotch chop to a huge pop, which is a total face thing to do. He shouldn't have done that. And then you have, furthermore, going into Roadblock, he gave Ambrose that 3 count. Do you think Triple H is kind of politicking to maybe keep the belt at WrestleMania? Do you think he's intentionally kind of making like undermining Vince McMahon and what Vince McMahon's trying to do with Reigns?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think Triple H would kind of be like, get Ambrose over in the main event and have him like turn heel or something, and then I don't know, but like I just don't want to see Roman win this title.
Like, would you be surprised if the week of WrestleMania, like right now, probably let's just say the plan is to put the strap on Reigns. Let's say the week of WrestleMania, Triple H is like, hey, you listen to the fans. They're popping for me more than they're popping for Reigns. I don't know if we should put the strap on this guy. I don't know if you want 100,000 people booing your guy out of the building, Vince. That's going to be embarrassing. And maybe keep the belt on me. Yeah, like I would like to see Triple H as a champion. Past past WrestleMania, honestly. Like, I'm all for it. He's been great.
I would want him to feud with Dean Ambrose again, but he just kind of did that. So who would he even feud with?
That's that is the problem. Honestly, it is. I don't know. Maybe
Another thing about
if they do the double turn, he can feud with like an Owens or something.
Yeah. Another thing about this main event match, this should not be the main event. The stakes on the Shane Undertaker match are so much higher. And why would you leave a match like this? He'll control Raw. Why wouldn't you leave that at the end of a show as a cliffhanger to watch tomorrow? Why should that be the co-main event instead of the main event?
Oh, I know. They might change it. Honestly, I mean, maybe Triple H's ego won't.
Like seriously, imagine if Shane wins control of Raw. And then they have a match after that. That's what they're doing. They aren't having that lead into like the last thing on the show, and then they don't have that lead into Raw.
How does Triple H wrestle after knowing that he's lost control of the company if Shane wins? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like Triple H would be coming out to the ring like his mind wouldn't be in that match if he and his wife just lost control of the company to Shane. So it honestly makes all sense to have Shane versus Undertaker last. But I doubt it will be.
The crowd would much rather see that match anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, so then we get a Chris Jericho promo, which we kind of talked about earlier. It wasn't really anything. Kind of recap of his previous promos, and it wasn't as good.
I got a notable thing to mention from this promo.
Go ahead.
So, Y2J is AJ Styles' daddy, everyone. Byron Saxton confirmed it, too. He was, he talked about that a little bit.
Oh, God, yeah.
Odd.
That was awkward. I didn't like that. Yeah, and then we had a kind of short match.
They had a match. And
they had Neville. It was Y2J versus Neville, and it looks like Neville got hurt. In fact, I know he got hurt because WWE.com announced that he fractured his ankle.
So what happened was he did like this slide, and his ankle it got sprained. And so what Chris Jericho did, he
didn't get sprained. He fractured his ankle.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
They've confirmed that he's not going to wrestle at WrestleMania.
That sucks for that guy. This would have been his first one, dude. That would have been cool.
There goes the biggest paycheck of the year.
So that happens, and Chris Jericho pushes the ref, causes disqualification. Question: do you think this match was supposed to end with Neville winning by DQ anyway? Because I did.
I think it was, but I don't think it was that way. I think the pushing the ref thing was improvised. I think maybe Chris Jericho was supposed to beat the living crap out of Neville, or maybe it was supposed to be a count out or something. But I don't know. I don't know why they just. I mean, I would have, if I were Jericho, I would have improvised during that match and just pinned him, honestly, because if he's gonna be out for the next couple months, why not? But whatever, they did what they did. It was just a flat segment for me. What about you?
Yeah, Chris Jericho came out on the mic afterwards too, and he said something about pushing the ref and disrespect again, and then
then AJ came out.
No, he was like, "All right, come on, guys, chant AJ Styles' name." He was like, "AJ Styles," you know how he says that. And then AJ Styles' music hits. He hits the phenomenal elbow, which is just Styles Clash. I would rather. I mean, they're both cool finishers, but
this is another
Styles Clash at WrestleMania.
This is another instance where we're going to completely disagree, because I agree with you. I like the Style Clash more. But there's no way they're letting him use that move.
I know, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
too dangerous of a
I'm
move.
saying they should let him use it at like WrestleMania, and that's like it.
Yeah, but no, because they don't want to put that move over. They don't want that. They don't. That's why they had Jericho kick out. That's why they had Jericho kick out of it at
I guess.
Fastlane. But I agree. I mean, it would be cool if they let him use it. I love the phenomenal elbow, though. I mean, just let him keep doing that move. That's a great move. I mean, I mean, if you're not going to let him do the Styles Clash, have that be his finish.
And he has the calf crusher killer, whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. And you know what? And like you said, I actually do agree with what you said. At least they can use it as like a special finisher, like kind of like with I think what they were doing with Hideo and Tommy and NXT with the GTS. Like he'll use it as a special. They should do that.
Yeah.
But I heard that the reason that they had Jericho kick out to it like Jericho had to politic to get for him to be allowed to use that move at Fastlane, and they told him, hey, he can use the move, but you have to kick out of it.
Hey, they should make it an OMG moment, WWE 2K17.
Maybe. And now the main event of the evening.
More uneventful stuff. This time, Taker said 4 sentences instead of 2.
You know what's funny is that some people love this segment. Some people hated it. Most people hated it. It was just for me. I didn't really like it, honestly. It fell flat for me, kind of like the previous segment. For one, Vince McMahon comes out and he's smiling. I mean, shouldn't he be kind of concerned about his son-in-law getting his ass kicked just like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago? Like, I didn't get that. It didn't make any sense. He was just happy-go-lucky. He hates Reigns, right? Didn't Vince have like a whole thing where he stacked the deck against Reigns, like at the Royal Rumble? Like, that was literally 2 months ago.
Vince had to be there when Roman Reigns won his first title. So...
I guess, man. I don't know. I didn't like that. But
Shane got on the mic, and his first sentence, he said he stumbled a little bit. And, I mean, this is still all a little new for him. Hasn't been there in a while. Is this his third promo since coming back?
Yeah, I'm going to be straight up and blunt. His promo wasn't good at all. I didn't like it. And he messed up a few lines. I'm not going to put the blame on him per se. I mean, like you said, he's back. It's kind of new for him again. But I mean, yeah, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. And then he had the Undertaker respond to what he was saying, basically, you know, just confirming that he's okay with being Vince. Oh, not okay. He wasn't saying that. I take that back.
Said, "Are you okay with being Vince's bitch?" And that's when he.
Well, and that would show that he's not okay with it. But my problem, I mean, the problem is he doesn't address the question at all. You know, he just kind of shrugs it off and gets mad at the question being posed. But we're all thinking that, like, why are you okay with taking this match? But yeah, Shane struggled badly, and it wasn't just on the mic. Like, in my opinion,
he did his punches.
Yeah, no, when they clashed, and even when they were standing next to each other, I just felt that's the Undertaker. Undertaker's up here. Then you have Shane McMahon, and he's down here.
Yeah, Vince pushed Shane into a choke slam too, and then the Undertaker tried to like tombstone Taker or Vince, and Vince rolled out of the ring, and it's funny because he's old.
He just plopped on the ground. But yeah, I'm not really buying into this feud up until this point. I mean, like I said, they haven't given us a reason why Taker is fighting for Vince, and he does seem like Vince's bitch. Now, the only thing, and I wanted to, I mean, we talked about this before the show. I wanna see what you think about this. I'm gonna have you give your thoughts, but I just said they haven't given us a reason why the Undertaker is fighting for Vince, and I mean, if that's just bad writing, then that is what it. I mean, that's not good. However, I was listening to a few things. I was reading a few news articles, and I heard a theory, or at least let me just put it this way: what if them not giving us a reason for why Undertaker is fighting for Vince actually plays into their match? What if they don't give us a reason until the match, and we have a situation where basically, at the end of the, Undertaker just beats the living crap out of Shane McMahon for like 25 minutes, right? Beats him up, just bloodies him, throws him against the cage, and Shane gets like little to no offense in. And at the very end of the match, you have like Shane's lifeless corpse laying on the mat. You have Undertaker standing in the ring about to basically either tombstone him or pin him or whatever you have. You have Vince outside the match, and actually throughout the duration of the match, cheering Undertaker on, cheering him on. And Undertaker looks at Shane, he looks at Vince, he looks at Shane again. He gives Vince McMahon the bird. He flips him off and then lays down and pulls Shane's lifeless corpse over him for the 1, 2, 3. And Vince is shocked because Undertaker just lied down to give Shane control of his company. Basically, Undertaker realizes by the end of that match, hey, Vince, I'm not your bitch.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good way because why would he want to win?
That's the other thing. Not only have they not given us a reason why he would, want to fight for Vince, but they also haven't given us a reason on why he would want to win.
Because if he's a face right now, I'm pretty sure he would want.
He's never a heel.
I'm pretty sure he would want Shane to take control of Raw.
Exactly. And honestly, if this was a situation where, like I said, he at the end of the match, because Vince is outside cheering him on, Vince is like, yes, fuck Shane, just really trying to get Undertaker, just really having the Undertaker beating the crap out of his son. If Undertaker just pulls that swerve out of his back pocket and allows Shane to win, so that way. By the way, Undertaker doesn't look weak because Undertaker just beat Shane up for 25 minutes straight. Like a Brock Lesnar, John Cena SummerSlam 2013 beating. Or is it 2014? One of those 2 years. But one of those beatings. And then let Shane pin him. I would be okay with that. It would be kind of crazy because, you have Undertaker lying down in Texas. But,
especially, I don't think it's going to be Undertaker's last match. Honestly, I think he's going to go one more and it's going to go against John Cena. Definitely. Originally, if he was going to go against John Cena this year, do you think he would have retired?
Probably because it's in Texas. But I think before he retires, they want to give him that icon versus icon match. I think Undertaker – the only thing, though, is that most top guys like Undertaker, they go out – or at least old school top guys like Undertaker. This is how Undertaker has, I think, said in the past he wants to go out, is usually they lie down and let a younger guy go over.
We forgot about something.
What?
We talked about it too. It wasn't in your notes. The
BK segments and
the golden truth.
Who cares? Hey, there was a BK promo and a Golden Truth segment. No one gives a crap. Who cares? Golden Truth were going to be a thing eventually. All right, whatever.
Yeah, and once they're a thing, by the way, guys, they're going to be superstars. Because it makes me mad.
Huh?
Because this is the 13th straight friggin' backstage segment with these two.
Who cares?
Exactly. I just don't care.
I don't want to end off the podcast talking about Golden Truth.
Okay,
I want to end it off talking about the main event.
In that case, what is your overall rating for the show?
Well, I think you know because you have it on a piece of paper, but my overall rating for the show is a 6 out of 10. And I'll tell you why. I enjoyed watching this show. It was easier for me to watch than most shows. It was more well-paced than most shows. And you had the Ambrose Foley segment, the Ambrose Lesnar segment, the Triple H Ziggler match, and the Triple H Ziggler promo, which I thought were all very entertaining. The only thing is besides that, there was nothing else really. It was all filler, and we didn't really if they go with what I said about the Undertaker and Shane McMahon, then good for them. I'm okay with that. But if they don't, and this was a segment they put on this week with no information whatsoever, terrible. I didn't get anything. There was no plot development in this show, and a lot of filler matches. You know what I mean? To me, it was just mediocre at best. Basically, 1 second, just to finish off real quick. Basically, if you're going to have 1 being like the worst it can possibly be and 10 being the best it can possibly be, 5 being average, I give it 1 notch above average. Go.
Yeah, I guarantee you we'll get some character development on SmackDown. Another question. What do you think is in Shane's lockbox?
Huh? Probably a Bubba the Love Sponge Vince McMahon sex tape, with Heather Clem, Bubba's wife. Like Hulk Hogan.
Yikes. Yeah, overall, I'm going to have to go with the 6-2. I thought the Triple H Ziggler stuff was just excellent. That's honestly, I love New Day promo at the beginning. I mean, Some might say it's like getting stale, but I thought it was okay. The Ambrose Lesnar stuff, I kind of dogged on Heyman, but Heyman's promos are good. I just feel like I hear the same thing,
Ladies and gentlemen, my name.
But the Ambrose Foley. Ambrose Foley, love that passing of the torch there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a 6, and the other 4 notches are simply because of filler, and that I did not like. The Roman thing was predictable, and the last segment was underwhelming.
I agree. All right, and that's going to wrap up this edition of the Casual Smarks podcast. Go ahead and drop a like, follow, and subscribe. Follow us at Casual Smarks Twitter, CASUAL, SMARKS. And yeah, if you like this, we're going to keep putting out more of these podcasts. We're going to have one on, I think, either Thursday or Friday following SmackDown and NXT. We're going to cover both of those shows in the same show. Hopefully get through it a little bit quicker. I think this week we dragged on a little bit long.
I'm excited for NXT, man.
I am too, yeah.
Just because it's a good show.
It's a good show, and I like the way they're building to the NXT Dallas card. But we'll get more into that on Friday. I'm going to say Friday. I think Friday is a good day. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.